If you are very sensitive to flashing lights, please click off this video. I never put a warning like this in any of my videos, so you better believe that I'm being serious right now. It doesn't matter that I won't get watch time from you. What matters is your own epileptic safety. Now for those of you that are still here, let's begin. The story is about this cyborg lady who's lost one arm and has to escape this giant facility. The story part is mainly shown to you with slideshow-like cutscenes like this, which appear once in a while and don't interrupt the flow of the game. Now for those of you who are wondering, here's how many f***s I give about the story. The art style is kept minimalistic, which is why the game looks good, even though the visuals are trying to be a bit more on the functionality side. Sometimes it kinda reminded me of Mirror's Edge Catalyst. The levels are sometimes bursting with neon colors, and other times they're more on the lighter, washed out side. Where Severed Steel's visuals really shine is the effects. Headshots have this pink video gamey text effect, bullet time looks great, and the best part is the destruction physics, or in this game's case, voxel physics. It feels like 80% of everything in a level is destructible in this game, and that also serves the gameplay, which I'll talk about later. The performance is also good most of the times, as you're seeing, but unlike games like Dishonored or Doom Eternal, go watch my video about Dishonored, it does get tanked sometimes when there's just too much shit going on. I feel like that shouldn't be happening, at least to the extent that it does, because the game, as I said, has an overall minimalistic art style, but it is what it is. I appreciate the fact that there's accessibility options like reduced flash, less bright, slow-mo, etc., but the graphics settings overall can also feel lackluster sometimes. The only graphics setting that feels important in the game is reflections, without which the game looks very flat, because like no one will even notice a good chunk of these settings because of the type of gameplay this game has. Titanfall 2 is one of my favorite FPS games of all time. I really like Superhot as well, and Severed Steel is like they had juiced up sex and made a weird but functionable child. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Me and my subscribers know that YouTube pretty much hates me, and you can help in changing that. So yeah, like and subscribe. You got your basics of movement shooters like being able to wall run, double jump, and slide on the ground. You also have a dive from Max Payne. Check out my video about Max Payne 3, which automatically transitions into slide when you hit the ground. When you're diving, wall running, or sliding on the ground, you can't get hit by enemy bullets, so this makes it a need to keep using these moves. Then you have the bullet time mechanic, whose limit is represented by the slider underneath the crosshair. This game is played entirely on instinct because the fights are so fast and chaotic that you don't have too much time to think. The movement is smooth as fuck. All the moves transition seamlessly from each other, and stuff like being able to cancel the slide in between adds a layer of control. Speaking of control, you know how in pretty much all games there's a limit to how much you can look vertically when you're in midair? Well, in this game there isn't. That means you can do a full 360-degree front flip or back flip in midair to kill the enemies. Hell yes. The gunplay is also so responsive, satisfying, and flashy. Sometimes it feels like you're just obliterating enemies when they're screaming in terror. There's quite a bit of weapon variety. There's a weapon in all expected categories like shotgun, SMG, deagle, you get the point. But there's a twist. You see, there's no reloading. So every time your clip runs out and you try to shoot, you just yeet the weapon where you're aiming and discard it. This adds another active challenge, which forces you to get up close to a weapon in the middle of gunfire to automatically pick it up, or kick the shit out of an enemy and take it from him. In this way, you're made to use every single weapon available. You'll be picking guns out of midair in bullet time and using whatever you can get your hands on, which is just so cool, man. The only weapon which you'll have with you at all times is a cannon you get a little later on, which is attached in place of the arm you lost. You can use this cannon to blast holes through walls of these destructible as fuck environments, aka your mom's pussy, to create shortcuts for yourself. All this fast-paced massacre is backed by a fantastic electronic music soundtrack. There's enemy types like flamethrowers, shielded enemies, flying enemies, etc. that make you switch up your approach a bit. The only enemy type I don't like, which is also my biggest problem with the gameplay, is these invisible f***ers. This cloaking enemy type becomes a little visible when it starts shooting or something. I don't know. What I do know is they ruin the entire flow of the game. And it's not because they're difficult to fight, it's because they're difficult to find. There were 2 levels in this game which only had these enemies, and half my playtime of these levels was spent on trying to find these idiots as the gameplay is brought to a halt. There's no gunshots, no sound cues, not anything. It's as if the level has been bugged. I was out here looking like Stone Age SpongeBob trying to find these motherfuckers. Moving on, just when the core gameplay might start to feel a bit repetitive, boom, the levels switch things up. Some levels have giant fans, so you're practically flying all over the place. Now you're in a level which has portals, so you're doing cool shit like this. This game just gave me a silenced pistol. And these guys can't notice shit. It just doesn't get stale. Getting good in this game feels really rewarding. Now the final thing I want to talk about is the price or the playtime, which is gonna be the biggest problem with Severed Steel for most people. The game is only out on PC right now at the time of this video. It will come to consoles later this year. On normal difficulty, the game is only like 2.5 to 3 hours. I played it on the hard difficulty, which is more fun in my opinion, so it took me around 4 hours. Now as I've said throughout this video, the game is really goddamn fun. But such a short game for $25? Are you joking me, bro? Granted, there will be community maps added to the game, but still, this is just asking too much for this game, bro. Thankfully, the price in some places is way lower. Again, only speaking for PC. Like here in India, the game is 569 rupees or $7.67, and during the launch sale, it was 510 rupees or $6.88, but the people who are gonna be paying $25 are pretty much getting scammed. So to them, I say, wait for a good sale. So that is pretty much it for this video. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so that you may never miss out on any future content. Some of my other videos are on your screen right now, along with my latest song Flip the Script, which is available for streaming on all platforms. Consider checking them out as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.